Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, 6:35 a.m., June 5. Quick one here. Again, with the SPX, we want to remember that we've got two green closes in a row. Yes, three is a possibility, but I went over those Elliott waves with you yesterday, and again, with only about 12 points available, we should not see anything higher than around 43.02. So keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind here is we are looking at a month that began at 41.83 on the SPX. It's up 2.37% as of the close on Friday. You know, you're up almost 100 points on the month on the close. So again, 3 green weeks, 2 green closes. Tomorrow is Taco Tuesday, so your preparations are more so for tomorrow than they are for today. But unfortunately, we do have some compression that we've got to deal with. Here's our futures. Futures overnight have been completely flat. The Nasdaq was having a little bit more movement than anything else. Nasdaq futures are down 30 points. The ES is dead flat. Russell, a little bit of a curl down. And remember, these Russell and the Dow just went green on the year on Friday morning. Not that they had been down there the entire year, but only because of Friday was when they made their move. Now we've got a really big skew on our Keltner channels. So again, not a very large expectation type of day for a range, having just had those two massive algo explosions on Thursday and Friday. So I'll take this off and run you in very quickly. Come on, mousy, movie. You need coffee. I need coffee. We all need coffee. So again, that's with our SPX. SPX, 2 green closes, 3 green weeks. We're up 2.37% for the month. So again, 41.83 is our monthly open. That's what you want to keep in mind as we progress forward throughout the month. Bring it on here to the QQQ, which is most important for us. 5 out of the last 6 trading sessions greater than a 1% from the previous close visit. Today will be, bring this on, come on, I should have had this already, but anyway, put it there. Today would be 358.20 for a 1% move and 351.10 for a minus 1% move. You had 2 minus 1% moves going into that third week over there in April or May, and 1 over there in the middle of May. Minus 1% days are not a regular trend over there on the QQQ. We were getting some volatility in the beginning as we were starting to progress, but we're not having a lot of minus 1%. So you want to keep that in mind when these minus 1% start showing up. So I'll bring you over quickly onto what's going on. NASDAQ. Here is your NASDAQ. Here is your big major, your 1-2. Okay. We've already exceeded 3, so we're looking for a topping of the 3. And again, this gap, which is fractionally above where we finished off on Friday, is the last remaining gap on the NASDAQ. There are no more gaps to the upside. 0, none. Voila, 0, nothing. And that's from April 5th. So that's the final piece of the NASDAQ puzzle to the upside for filling. And again, want to bring you to attention to how overbought the weekly candle is. Okay, so that's what you're looking at there. Coming into our QQQ, and again, sticking with the same Elliott wave drawing that we're looking at, we've got our big 54-point move as we went over there into February, a minus 29-point move as we went into the March low, which ties in with SPX 3808. And a very clean looking 1-2, and then your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish off your 3, which ties perfectly in with your 161 extension of this 1-2. Ties right in, not fantastic, but just above the 123.6, just below the 138.2 extension of the major 1-2. And you've got your gap to be filled there. Again, this is not our big 3, but instead it's the 3 inside of the 3. So The retracement down on the wave 4, zoom it out into a 30-day, the wave 4 retracement for that 1-2 in order to produce the next wave up 5, we should not be expecting anything much below that 33, that 334, 30, 330 area. That's as far as an expectation. Don't even go further than thinking that you're going to get something like that. 5% drop as of right now would take you to 336.40, 336.50, which is the top of the gap that we had from going back to a week ago, week prior to last week. 10% drop, which again, I wouldn't hold my breath for, is down at 318.77 as of right now. And you've got some pretty major Fibonacci's that are right under that, and all of those gaps that would not fulfill filling when we had that dip back in March because of the introduction of AI. Come over here onto your SPX. And again, a reminder, your full moon was on Saturday. Let's see how we go with that. And finally, over here on SPY, looking at a 5-day, again, you've got your gap from Friday. And for a short-term perspective, as we're going into Taco Tuesday and Janet Yellen on Wednesday, very low economic data week. It's FOMC blackout, so no Fed speakers. The expectations for downside should be held to a maximum of that 420. Anything below 420, we got a different ball game going on, but nothing lower than that 420 for the course of this week should be expected. And while I can't bring them over only because it's a little bit of a pain, we've got a major rally taking place on the dollar. The Nikkei is exploding. The FTSE way back up to old all-time highs up above. The DAX pushing right on its major upside Fibonacci. Everybody is overextended. Everybody. Crude, very fractional OPEC cut. Little bit of a pop over there on crude oil. TLT still heading to the downside, still right on that big 101 as there's a major flux happening over here with the euro and the British pound making large moves to the downside as the US dollar is making a move to the upside. And over on the other side to it, you've got your Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are absolute garbage. So I will see you guys in the chat room. Apologize for being too long on an early morning email or video, and let's get this going.
Do you know what? I think we're the greatest.